film opens with a flashback introducing a man named Robert. He is a professional hitman, calmly waiting for his target. But this job is different. The person he is about to kill is not a stranger. It is his own friend and mentor, Nikolai. The moment Nikolai steps out of a bank carrying a bag of cash, Robert takes the shot from a distance with a rifle. And from that moment, his life was defined by one thing. This is Assassins.
I'll set you free.
15 years pass. Robert is still in the same line of work, now known as the #1 hitman in the world. Yet his life feels empty. While escorting one of his targets into a remote forest, the man tries to bargain for his life by offering double the pay. Instead of taking the deal, Robert places a gun in the man's hand and forces him to end it himself. For the first time, Robert's cold expression cracks. The guilt of killing his closest friend has stayed with him all these years. Back in his apartment, Robert continues to work under the instructions of a mysterious contractor he has never met. He simply receives orders and completes them. This time, he is given one final job worth $200,000. The target is a billionaire who had been on the run for 10 years and has suddenly appeared at his brother's funeral. Robert blends into the crowd of mourners. As the ceremony begins, he prepares to shoot with a concealed weapon. But just before he pulls the trigger, another sniper fires first, hitting the billionaire in the chest 3 times. The scene erupts into chaos as people panic and run. Robert spots the shooter and chases him. The sniper fights back and kills several guards, but is soon surrounded by police. He pretends to surrender, allows himself to be handcuffed, and is placed inside a patrol car. Inside the vehicle, the sniper pulls a trick. He injures his own finger to slip out of the cuffs, then snaps the driver's neck, causing the car to crash and roll over. He retrieves his rifle and shoots more officers before escaping in disguise. Robert arrives too late. All he sees are the bodies left behind. That night, he listens to police radio chatter and learns of a possible escape route. He steals a taxi and waits. Soon enough, the sniper flags him down and asks for a ride to the airport. Robert drives, but intentionally takes a different direction. When the man grows suspicious, Robert stops near a field where children are playing and tells him to get out. The stranger realizes something is wrong. Both men draw their guns. Here the sniper reveals his name, Miguel. He is the second-ranked hitman in the world, one step behind Robert. He knows everything about Robert's past, including the story of Nikolai. He admires Robert, but he also sees him as the ultimate rival. Tension rises. Miguel suddenly smashes the car window and tries to shoot. Robert resists, but when Miguel aims his sniper rifle toward the children to force cooperation, Robert has no choice but to continue driving. As they travel, Miguel talks endlessly about his admiration and obsession. He even jokes that one day he will tell his child about this moment. But the mood shifts again when Miguel breaks the window and tries to shoot Robert at point-blank range. A brutal struggle breaks out inside the taxi. Robert slams the vehicle into another car, throwing Miguel off balance and causing him to drop his weapon. Robert almost finishes him right there, but police units surround the scene. Robert steps on the gas and escapes, leading to a tense, high-speed chase down the highway. During the chase, Miguel reveals that he knows everything Robert has done, including the day he killed his own friend. Before Robert can respond, a truck cuts across the road. The distraction gives Miguel just enough time to jump out of the taxi and disappear. Police continue pursuing Robert, but he manages to lose them by slipping into a crowded taxi parking garage. When he returns home, Robert contacts his contractor and asks who Miguel really is. The contractor claims to have no idea. Instead, he offers Robert a new job worth $2 million. Robert hesitates at first, but eventually accepts, telling himself this will be his final mission before retirement. The target is a woman named Electra, a highly skilled hacker who has stolen valuable information. She plans to sell it, stored on a floppy disk, to 4 buyers from the Netherlands. Robert's orders are clear: kill the 4 buyers, take the disk, and eliminate Electra. The next day, Electra arrives at a hotel where the deal will take place. She contacts the buyers and instructs them to come to her room. Meanwhile, Robert has tracked the buyers from the airport and follows them to the same hotel. He tries to intercept them at the elevator, but loses sight of them and must find another way to locate the room. Unknown to him, Miguel is also in the elevator with the buyers. Robert hacks into the hotel's computer system to track their location. He finds the room where Electra is waiting. The buyers arrive, and Elektra communicates with them through speakers placed around the room. She requests a $10,000 advance before she reveals any data. She sends a small device through the air vent to collect the payment. Negotiations continue. Suddenly, Miguel storms into the room and kills all 4 buyers on the spot. Elektra, still speaking through the speakers, asks if everything is all right. Miguel calmly tells her to continue the transaction. Realizing what has happened, Elektra immediately deletes every piece of data that was being transmitted from the disk, enraging Miguel. As Elektra prepares to escape the hotel, Robert arrives and intercepts her. Miguel hears them and begins tracking their movements using the computer system while speaking to Robert over the radio. Robert takes the disc from Elektra, and Miguel demands that he complete the job and kill her. But Robert never kills women. He intentionally fires into a pillow instead. Then he grabs Elektra and gets her out of the hotel. Miguel enters the room moments later and realizes Robert has deceived him. As they drive, Elektra realizes she cannot trust Robert and makes a sudden escape. She rushes onto a bus, leaving even her pet cat behind. Robert picks up the cat and returns to the car. Meanwhile, Miguel is still in the hotel room. He finds photos of the cat and guesses where Elektra lives. With the cat in hand, Robert heads to the pet shop Elektra often visits, hoping to learn her address. Not long after, Elektra returns home and starts packing in a panic. She checks the security footage and sees that Miguel has already killed her neighbor. At that moment, Robert arrives at her door with the cat. He asks her if she wants to live. When she agrees, he tells her to wait at the pet shop while he goes back to confront Miguel. Inside the house, Miguel continues searching for the disc. He finds a bottle of Elektra's perfume and recognizes the scent immediately. Meanwhile, Elektra runs into her female neighbor outside and tries to warn her not to go home, but the woman does not hear her. Back inside, Robert and Miguel finally come face to face. A gunfight erupts. The neighbor enters the house and Miguel mistakes her for Elektra, believing she is carrying the disc. When she tries to run, he shoots her and grabs the gift box she was holding, thinking the disc is inside. Elektra returns and tries to help her injured neighbor, but Robert stops her. He then sets up an explosive trap for Miguel. The explosion goes off, but Miguel manages to escape by jumping out of the window. Once Robert confirms Miguel is gone, he leaves with Elektra. The two head to a hotel where they finally introduce themselves properly. Elektra questions Robert, but then grabs a gun from the table and points it at him. Robert remains calm, showing no fear. Elektra explains she only wants her peaceful life back, a life that has been destroyed because of Robert and Miguel. Robert tells her that even if he killed her right now, Miguel would still hunt her down wherever she tries to hide. Frustrated, Elektra fires 3 shots, all missing. Robert approaches slowly, takes the gun from her hand, and leaves her alone in the room. Elsewhere, Miguel contacts the contractor to report the situation. He admits he killed the buyers and Elektra's neighbor, but failed to secure the disc. The contractor explodes with anger and cancels the contract, leaving Miguel furious. On the other side, Robert calls the contractor as well. He states that he has the disc and demands $2 million for it. The contractor accepts. That night, Elektra sleeps on the bed while Robert chooses the floor. Before resting, she offers him a piece of chocolate to thank him for saving her. Robert then proposes a new plan. If Elektra agrees to help him, he will give her $1 million. They will put the plan into action the next day. The next day, they move forward with their plan to sell the disc back to the contractor. After confirming the briefcase is filled with money, Robert hands over the disc to the agent sent to meet him. He then returns to the car where Elektra is waiting. But suddenly, the briefcase starts beeping. Robert realizes it is a bomb. While driving through a narrow alley, he throws the briefcase into a trash bin just seconds before it explodes. Both of them survive. Now Robert understands. The contractor wants him dead, and the disc he handed over was not the real one. Without telling Robert, Elektra had only given him a copy, keeping the original hidden because she never fully trusted him. To test how valuable the disc really is, Robert contacts the contractor again. This time he demands $20 million. With no other choice, the contractor agrees and asks for an account number. Elektra is shocked by the amount. Robert promises to share the money if she helps him finish the plan. Meanwhile, Miguel also calls the contractor, asking for another chance. The contractor agrees and gives him a new target, Robert. The next day, Robert and Elektra travel to the Caribbean to complete their final move. They stay in an abandoned hotel near a bank and head to the top floor. Robert pauses at a window and explains the plan for the following morning. He knows Miguel will come for him. Robert will enter the bank to collect the money. Miguel will be positioned somewhere outside watching that window, waiting for Robert to appear. But Robert plans to stay inside long enough to force Miguel to get impatient and enter the bank. Miguel cannot bring his rifle inside without being noticed by security. That is when Electra will slip into the hotel and hide the rifle, preventing Miguel from taking the shot when Robert walks out. Electra asks how Robert can be so sure Miguel will not simply kill him the moment he walks into the bank. Robert explains that Miguel knows his history, especially the moment he killed Nikolai 15 years ago at a window. Miguel wants to prove he is the best. He will want to recreate that moment. He will want eye contact before pulling the trigger. That night, Miguel arrives in the area and begins studying his surroundings. Meanwhile, Robert and Electra spend time in the hotel. Electra watches the local parade outside. Robert joins her and opens up about the guilt he still carries from killing Nikolai all those years ago. As he speaks, he realizes Electra is no longer beside him. She has joined the crowd below. In the parade, she spots Miguel. She hides quickly, but Miguel senses her presence. He follows the scent of her perfume. Just as he is about to find her, Robert steps in and hides her among the garden plants. Miguel sees flowers that share the same scent and assumes he was mistaken. The next morning, Robert and Electra prepare to execute their plan. Robert hands her a weapon, telling her it is only for emergencies. He admits that he has never relied on anyone to keep him alive, but now he is trusting his life to her. Miguel finally reaches the top floor of the hotel and sets up his rifle, unaware that Electra is watching him from outside. Meanwhile, Robert enters the bank to complete the transfer and close his account. The process takes a long time, but this is exactly what he planned. He is willing to wait all day. While Robert waits inside, Miguel stays positioned at the window, ready to take the shot when Robert steps outside. But the heat begins to wear him down. With no water and the sun burning on him, his focus starts to fade. Eventually, he loses patience and decides to enter the bank to confirm Robert is really there. At the same time, Electra rushes to the hotel to hide Miguel's rifle. But when she gets there, the rifle is gone. Miguel had hidden it in a higher spot. Inside the bank, Miguel finds Robert calmly sitting and waiting. They confront each other in silence. Robert offers him all the money if Miguel lets him live. But Miguel has no interest in the money. He wants the title. He wants to be the #1 assassin, and that means Robert has to die. Outside, Electra climbs toward the rifle, but slips and falls. Back inside, Miguel leaves Robert and goes back to the hotel to retrieve the rifle, not realizing Electra is still nearby. Once the money transfer is complete, the bank manager escorts Robert outside. Miguel spots him through the window. This is the moment he has been waiting for. Robert looks straight back at him. Miguel prepares to fire, but then he notices something strange in Robert's expression. He catches the scent of Electra's perfume behind him. Electra fires first, hitting Miguel in the shoulder. Miguel falls from the building. Robert rushes to save Electra as a fierce gunfight breaks out. Robert gains the advantage and shoots Miguel from an upper window. Miguel is badly wounded and can no longer fight. At that moment, Robert is stunned when Nikolai suddenly appears, pointing a gun at them. The truth is revealed. Nikolai never died. He was the contractor behind both Robert and Miguel. He had staged his own death because the Cold War ended, and he did not want to face prison for his crimes. The disc holds information that could expose him, which is why he planned to eliminate Electra. Realizing Nikolai intends to kill all of them, Miguel, barely conscious, signals Robert. Together, they turn their guns on Nikolai and bring him down. But it is not over. Miguel lowers his weapon, pretending to make peace. Robert tells him he is done. He is retiring. That means Miguel becomes #1. But Miguel knows the truth. As long as Robert is alive, he will always be in second place. So he tries to kill Robert. Thanks to the reflection in Electra's glasses, Robert sees Miguel's movement and fires first. This time, Miguel is killed for real. Robert thanks Electra. They prepare to leave. Before they go, Electra takes the money in the disc. So the moral of the story is sometimes your biggest enemy is just a guy who really wants your job, your money, your cat, and your entire life for no good reason.